What is up, everyone? Ernie with Dice Holes. All tonight, I've been trying to record different videos on Destiny, and there were some good videos too. And every time I messed up, so hopefully the recording device finishes and lets everything work. But what I do want to go over is how much I think people are underestimating this 15th anniversary. What if? Number one. As you know, I've talked about it before. I do own a shop, as there is comics and games, and I have somewhat, connections with these retailers and distributors. So I know a little bit more than just the average player, unless they talk to their store owners and stuff like that. So I'm not more knowledge than any other store owner because we all kind of know the same thing. I do dig a lot. I do try to ask a lot of questions, and I do try to get much info as I can from anyone and anywhere. But from what I'm hearing is they're not going to be releasing any more. This was supposed to be done as a limited run period because it was a big anniversary thing. So it was something that we weren't going to see like a regular set. Because if you notice how quick sets are coming up, this one kind of got just thrown in the middle, and it was meant just as that. But my thing is, people are like, I don't think you're going to really realize how good, you know, people are getting saying like, "Oh, I'm passing on this set. Oh, this set doesn't look good." I'm excited for this and Elseworld. Elseworlds, I was a little bit not because of I feel like they don't have that many Elseworlds going on at the moment. But to be honest, I think it's gonna get better. Like the preview with the GTM, I posted it on Clix International Exchange page, and everyone was really excited. I don't know anyone else hasn't shared it yet, but yeah, it's just I think that will be good too because these pieces have gave a lot of just fun things. I'm gonna go with these like first ones in the beginning that the Spider-Man ignores hindering, ignores elevated terrain. Makes sense. Spider-Man can use hypersonic when he does modify his damage drive by +1 if his target is lower elevation. That's such a cool thing. But 55 points. I mean, he'll have 11 with hypersonic. I mean, it's 8, but that's a fun Spider-Man right there. And these founding members, when Iron Man's given a non-free move action, he isn't given an action token for that. So you literally can move your full 8, sidestep, and then attack. You only have a 10 attack, but you do have an 18 defense with Envolt, but you have range combat expert. You could literally be giving 12 attack with 3 damage. Or you go 1-on-1, 11-4. I mean, you go balls deep and do 10 for 5. That's a ridiculous piece. It is 100, so it's a little bit higher compared to someone like the Spider-Man. But this is granted this is 18 points, and it also has another trait. Before Iron Man makes a range attack, choose one of the following effects. You can pick 3 different things, basically. Give him an action token, which is huge. And you can modify his attack by 1 if you want already. So that's just, these are traits. I don't get, people are sleeping on these. These could be go-to pieces. I don't know if they'll be seen in 300 point, tournaments or anything like that. Punisher is just plain. Daredevil gets to give action tokens. I think that's really huge. He's very lightweight, but if he gets close and melee gets dropped off somewhere, he's not bad for 40 points. He'll have a 19 defense with his close combat reflexes, and he does ignore hindering, ignores elevation terrain, so that's always kind of cool for attacking. Someone's up high, he can still get him. Thor, same thing, the founding member. He moves his full 7, then he can do his running shot. He has traded energy explosion with 3 freaking lightning bolts. It's 110, a little bit more than most. Doesn't have a strong defense, 17 invul, could be outwitted, and all that, but that's just fun right there, man. Damage dealt by Thor can't be reduced below his click number. Pretty interesting take. I think that's really fun for a common to have such a gimmicky thing going on there. But those are the ones that was just like, okay, first of all, people are sleeping on the commons. Iron Land's not bad. He's got a few things going on that, but I'm not like crazy about him. The Uni Hulks are not bad. Punisher Squad, I really like. They're blob, but they have to be played with Shield Punisher. Dr. Stark's okay. Prob through your whole thing. Mystics, not bad. 18 defense, willpower. Pretty soft, but you do get to prob out of it. Nothing crazy. Iron Rick, I actually was stuck with him during a sealed. He's not bad. What hurts him is his movement. But it is nice that damage dealt knockback is penetrating damage and after action resolve. Give that character an action token. That saved me on a couple things. So this is really good 55-point piece. The only problem is it needs somehow to move running shots or something like that. Low attacks, but just everything else it gives them is so badass. The defense is really good. The super senses and toughness. And when he uses super senses and he gets a 3 or 4, he can use invul instead. That's pretty cool. I mean, this is really gimmicky for just a, number 10 common in the set. That's pretty awesome. 55 points. Again, still a little light, but 55 points. You can't hate that. I've heard Molly Hayes being the MVP for most people. 17 invincible, only 4 clicks deep, but man, she has close combat expert, but as a close combat action, when she does and hits a target, you knock them back 4 squares instead of any other knockback. That's crazy. Granted, it can get outwitted and stuff, but that's still good. 10 attacks, kind of amp, but we're talking about, a young kid. This isn't Power Princess quite there yet. Chase isn't bad. Jessica Jones is okay. I'm not crazy about it, but this is the one that works with Shield. So I do like that we have another Shield character to add to our Shield funky bunch. And then Jessica Jones, she has flight with charge and super strength. Those are all some really cool abilities I already like. And not to mention, if you're playing a Golden Age, she's an awesome calling piece if you're using the ID card. And when she's on Captain America's team, she doesn't break themes. So, or she gains all his keywords, I'm sorry. So that's kind of badass. It's where they get married in that What If story. So I think this can get a lot better, but like I told everybody, everybody's like, I don't know, but this and this. They don't understand. Building teams with some of these people in mind really, really, really makes things a lot better. The Spider-Man's pretty cool. He works with Black Hat. There's not many Black Hats I'm crazy about, but what is popping up here? Anyways, not too many, but I mean, 18 ESD, he's starting off with a 20. 20 to hit. He has a nice running shot, 11 precision. He's 90 points. It isn't bad. He's not going to be your go-to Spider-Man, but he will fit in certain teams. He's got Spider-Man Family Sciences Recorder. If he had Avengers, I'd be more excited about it, but it is what it is. Iron Man's got that special enhancement when he does. If an attacker has armor keyword, you modify his damage by another +1. Those are always cool, like the witches and the warlocks. They're able to give you empower enhancement, then they do +1 to your attack. This one is a little different because it gives you enhancement, but then another +1 to your damage. So that's pretty cool. This is a guy I would love to build around. He's 40 points. He's meant to be in stealth. 17 toughness, but you really just want him there for that ability. Opposing characters with the iron, this is if you lost the Armor Wars. Opposing characters with armor keyword can use mind control to target Iron Man. When they do, Iron Man's attack value is modified by -1 for this action. So when they use him, it's going to be pretty low. He'll have a 9 or 8 or 9 or 8, and at the end, he does have a stronger one with a 19 imperv, which is bananas. You think that'd be like a stop click, but hey, it's 40 points. So you don't really need to mind pushing him here and there if you're he's kind of support. I mean, this is a guy I'm going to look at to build in a team with some cool synergy. I mean, that's awesome to work around with armor. That's probably one of the most impressive dials, helping a team out wise if you wanted to do, I don't know, Batman Kingdom Come or something like that. Batman vs Superman, the armored out Batman, stuff like that. This is very much a sleeper. But yeah, that's a really good one. Punisher is not bad. He's got the precision strike. This is the one where he fights Daredevil and Spider-Man or kills Spider-Man or kills Daredevil. Basically, he's meant to fight them. It's cool. I don't mind it. 50 points and Dom is pretty nuts. 11 attack, pretty nuts. He only has that special for the first 2 clicks. But he does get +2 when he does that. So he could be fun in games. But this is what I'm talking about. I don't get what people aren't seeing here. This is, maybe they just hate Marvel. Maybe they just think they're too powerful. Maybe they think they're cost too less, or they need to cost more. I don't know, but these are really fun pieces that I cannot wait to mix in with other pieces. Daredevil, this one's great, where you can make him part of he gets all Kingpin's keywords, and he gets to modify his defense value by +1 when he's adjacent to Kingpin. That's freaking awesome. He's pretty light. He's pretty light. He's only 50 points, but they give him the Spider-Man team ability. So if he ends up taking the keyword from Kingpin and got excited there, and he ends up doing Hydra, he could copy the Hydra team ability from someone else. He takes Sinister Syndicate, he could take Sinister Syndicate. You can make this Daredevil do anything you want as far as what Kingpin team he's on. And that right there is already pretty fun and pretty cool. He's got an okay, it's odd, I believe he has Quake, which is kind of odd. I never think I've seen a Daredevil with Quake, but it's not bad. This one isn't like, again, a go-to Daredevil, but it's fun and gimmicky. If you're building a Sinister Syndicate and you happen to have like a Kingpin and 50 points left, this is one you're going to throw on there. People really like Captain Britain and Iron Man. Really interesting stuff here. He can use Running Shot. You can use it as a free action if he has 2 action tokens, but if he does, deal him 1 avoidable damage after action resolves and do not clear his action tokens this turn. That's brutal. But he can use Impervious on the white box defense, and so it's basically you play him at that, or you play him at the other one, the lower one, in which you would start, I guess. No, you start the same, which is weird. We've never seen this before, but if you play him at the lower value, your white boxes are invul. If you play him at the higher value, he gets Impervious. Pretty solid to have Impervious on your first click. I mean, come on. That's nuts. And he has that special Running Shot. And this one can be called in. It's that from an alternate Earth. So Captain Britain and Iron Man both can call him in and switch him out, as long as they're on the same click. And of course, equal or lower value. That's another person that I think is not bad. 70 points is pretty, pretty decent to where he's at. I know people probably like seeing him at 50, but come on. Indom, Imperv, it's great. This is Punisher's Shield. He is bonkers. I'm sure people already are not going to argue about this one. He's the one that takes out Elevation, 1 or higher, when he's KO'd, but he works really well with all the... is this the one that does it? Yeah, the Punisher Squad. He can basically make range attacks within range and line of fire of an adjacent friendly character named Punisher Squad. So he may target within his range and the line of fire of an adjacent character named Punisher. Wait, what? When Punisher's Shield makes a range attack, he may target a character within his range and the line of fire of an adjacent friendly character named Punisher Squad. So if I'm reading that right, it's what I'm thinking. It's kind of like, who was it that did that? Someone that targeted through other people, like Arcade did it with his robots, and Professor X from GSX did that. I just think it's a really good piece. Lower defense, he doesn't. It's weird. They gave so many Punisher Indoms. It's crazy, and this one didn't. But understandable. I kind of think it's weird. Like in the starter set, we got an Indom Punisher, and every other person did it, but Spider-Man's like in it and stuff. It's like how's I think of toughness. But I think Spider-Man, even though Punisher's a tough, mofo, I think Spider-Man can handle more just because he's a superhero. He's superhuman strength. But anyways, when attacking characters 100 points or more, modify Punisher's shield attack and damage values by +1. When attacking only characters' points values 200 or more, modify both values by additional. So it can get pretty nasty with that. Really bad. I think we were looking at like you could do 13 in the beginning. Pretty nuts. Dr. Stark, he's not bad. Nothing too crazy, but he does have a way to shut off a lot of things. Iron Puncher, but like what I'm trying to get at is look at all what these things do. There's not a lot of sets that have all these like crazy flavor text and things they can do. I mean, this Iron Punisher it's a 100-point click. Indom starts at 12 pin psych, Running Shot, 18 invul. I mean, come on, like that's just nuts. What Spider-Man is? I believe it's Ben Reilly. He's not bad. He's pretty just vanilla, but he still is a decent one for 80 points. Yeah, it is Ben Reilly, it says in quotations. Then we have the Rare Iron Man, which I've heard he does a lot of work. Sir Tony Stark, when Iron Man doesn't have 2 extra tokens, he can use ESD. That's huge. 17 Imperv, Sidestep, Range Combat Expert. A lot of people were digging this Iron Man during Sealeds. I know a lot of people were putting him on their teams. He's a nice little fit. If I had the other, what was that? The Iron Man, or was that who it was? Who was that? Was that Iron Man? No, not that one. Iron Rick? Not that one. This Iron Man. Yeah, see, I would put him with that other one. That would be great. If I got them both in the sealed, I'd be very happy with that. This Punisher is awesome. It blows up because, and not him, but the decoys blow up. It's so freaking cool. 60 points, set the trap. You get the decoy, gets thrown out there. It's like this set is just bonkers. I hope Elseworld captures all this because it's just gonna be fun and fun and fun. Nico is ridiculous. You can pick 2 different powers on 2 different combat dials, and you just go ham. I mean, it's hard because you got to kind of keep up with it. You're picking imperv and then hypersonic, and then you're picking, you got to pick like super strength and then like shape change. But you got to make sure you keep track of that. That was always kind of interesting. Spider Ham, TV Zero, they're all goofy, but they have like their purposes. But other than that, they're not ones I'm trying to point out to people. Daredevil, Agent of Shield, really cool. He has running shot, sidestep, stealth. Really cool how they have him being able to do that and be part of Shield. He could use that team ability within 3 squares. Is just awesome. But anyways, I mean, all the rest are the super rares, which are freaking awesome, and the chases and all that. But what I was basically getting at is these commons and uncommons, even before we kind of got into the rares and all that, but they're ridiculous. They are ridiculous. These Iron Man, these Spider Man, they're really good. I don't get how many people I've seen skip out on this, and now a little bit regretting that they can't order more at the moment. Who knows? WizKids may do another delivery. Iron Rick, Jessica Jones, Spider Man, Iron Man. This Iron Man, I'm actually going to think about building on a team this week for my shop. But yeah, there's just so much, and it's like, how are we upset about this? This is actually really thought out. It's really smart, and it was really cool. I mean, I dug it a lot. So I mean, this has been one of my favorite sets, and I was hyped for Deadpool, and after the whole shortage and all that stuff, I was kind of bummed out because I was really pumped for that. The Avengers Defenders came out, and I was more excited for that than Deadpool then because how I got kind of screwed there. We bought tons of cases, and we all got the same exact thing. It was a bummer. Avengers Defenders, it was just fun because there's so many characters in there that we all liked. I say we as my store, and we had characters already that can mix with them. So that was really cool. But this is nuts because of what it does and how much it changes things. How much when you're building, it changes things. You can make such wonky teams, and they don't have to be just Iron Man on an Avenger team, but no, it's just these certain things with the armor, and this Daredevil that can be on the Shield team. It's just a lot of cool stuff. So I'm hoping we're going to get that with Elseworlds, and for anyone that thinks this set isn't good, relook through these. Partner these up with other pieces that you like, that if you read what they do, how they can work. There's a lot of pieces in here that could become meta on certain teams. So just please keep an eye out. Look at it, read it, go through it. There's a lot of fun in there. Again, I don't work for WizKids or anything. I just love Clix, and this set was great. I can't wait to make a bunch of different builds with it, and I can't wait to Elseworlds. So maybe now that we're doing more and more videos, we'll do an Elseworld unboxing. Who knows? We'll see. But for right now, that's it. Ernie from Dice Holes. Thank you guys for watching. If you do watch, if you hate it, you hate it. If you love it, you love it. If you like it, man. If you feel man about it, thank you. Appreciate it. You guys have a good one. And we will talk about Clix again later.